is my baby.
I'm Dana Denha.
And I am Melissa Bondi, and this is Adventures in Parenthood, where we take a ride on the roller coaster that we call parenting.
We all know kids are expensive, from clothing babies to caring for teens. There's always unexpected bills while raising the next generation of responsible adults. Melissa, what are some of these major expenses that you've noticed or have surprised you since welcoming Bryn and having her for these past 8 years?
Well, kind of like what you said, that I'm finding the expenses are increasing with age. And that goes
Totally.
right because, I mean, technology, right? The kids are more into technology. And on the list this year was an Apple Watch. No idea where that came from. It was an Apple Watch. Okay, an 8-year-old, and there are many with them that have them. I've noticed, and that's okay. But I'm just like, whoa, that's a pretty big ask for for an 8-year-old. But everything is right, including clothing, and now we're getting in not as much, but I feel like it's right around the corner as far as um, what do you call it? The brands, right? The
Well,
brands are
yeah,
going to
like
come.
like when
So
we were
you know
kids and you needed your Bows and your Gas and stuff, and like now they
exactly.
have their own brands of stuff that
I
they
I
like.
feel like we're coming up to that real soon. Like,
Oh
and then
yeah.
and then oh my gosh, that's going to be even more, right?
Yeah, I know. I mean, so it's even like little stuff. Like I noticed Kiki's been her shoes. I feel like I bought so many shoes this year, and shoes used to be like $12, like or whatever,
It's
and now
probably
they're like 50 for a pair of shoes.
yeah,
And I'm like, but you grow out of them so fast. Like I don't want. I
yeah.
want to spend $12 on the shoes because you're literally wearing them for like 3 months, and then I'm buying you a new pair of shoes. Or
Right. And you
or the
know the winter
pants. The pants
wear.
aren't even expensive, but if you have to buy like, oh, well, all of her pants don't fit anymore. So now I have to buy like 10 pairs of pants or something at once. It's crazy.
I know. Oh,
And I
I
feel
love
like when you have a baby, so I'm like at both, I have a baby and I have a kid that's growing, like bigger.
it.
The
Right.
baby stuff, people will just give you baby stuff. Like I don't buy
Yeah.
anything for the baby except like diapers, wipes, like stuff that like no one's going to give you. All the toys, all that stuff. I haven't had to buy anything for this boy. But Kiki, on the other hand, and it's not even just about like necessity. They're at an age now because our daughters are pretty much the same age. There's not a big gap between them. But like you go to a store with your 7, 8-year-old, they want something every time. It's clothes,
Every
it's
time.
toys, it's something little, it's something big. They don't care. They'll ask you for everything.
Right. Yeah. The eyes are always wide when you walk into any store, and you have to be prepared. I think we
Yeah.
are by now.
Well, speaking of how expensive children can be, our next guest has lived it through foster care, and it's a lot different because you don't know what to expect with the foster kids that you're going to get because you have no idea how old they are. Bringing a child into your home creates love and joy, but also can be stressful. Children are constantly growing and changing, and their needs evolve as they age. For those choosing to be foster parents, the age of kids varies in the home. But there's a local place here to help make the transition and care much easier. Joining us is Heather Wing, Board Vice President with Michigan Foster Care Closet. Welcome to the show, Heather.
Hi, thank you, Dana and Melissa.
Hi, Heather.
Heather, tell us a little bit about your story and what led you to the Michigan Foster Care Closet.
Sure. In 2017, my husband and I became licensed foster parents in the state of Michigan. And I had heard about this place called the Michigan Foster Care Closet. I don't really remember where I first heard about it, but it was before I became a foster parent. And there was a donation or a drive for, I think it was new pajamas. And that I had never really heard of a foster care closet before. And I was interested. And so I reached out to them, and I found out that this agency collects clothing for children going into foster care and experiencing foster care. And I was in the process of getting, at that point I was at the process of getting licensed, and I offered to hold a drive at our church at the time for items, and I was able to deliver all the items that we had collected to the foster closet, and that was the first time that I really got to see what it looked like in person. It was in a different location at the time. It was in someone's basement, actually. It was pretty homegrown at the beginning, but it was basically a really cute little store almost for clothing for children ages 0 up through 18, kind of like a little boutique in someone's basement. And I was just kind of amazed that this agency existed, and that it had this mission to help out kids who were experiencing foster care. And then when we brought home our first and second placements that fall, we got to go there as shoppers, quote unquote, and we were able to pick out clothing for our new placements, which was just really, it was really valuable and helpful. And for the next 4 years, as my husband and I were foster parents, we continued to use their services, and we would go and pick out a week's worth of clothing for our the various placements we had, including new shoes and coats and hats and mittens and pajamas and swimsuits, anything a child might need. And when we closed our license in 2021, I knew that I wanted to be a part of this awesome organization. And that's when I reached out to Jenny, our director, and I said, what can I do? I'm ready. What can I do to help support other kids in care and other foster parents? And she said, how about joining our board? So that's where I found myself here. And I'm just excited to share the word about the foster closet.
Is this something that folks would sell, donate? Walk us through the process a little bit of giving clothes to the clothes closet.
Sure. Well, we take in donations from anybody in the area who can bring in donations. We take in new and gently used clothing and shoes. We also take in certain kinds of gear. If you're interested in seeing, we do have a list of what items we do and do not accept. That's on our website, michiganfostercarecloset.org. I'm sure if you scroll around, you'll find it. But we have cribs, we have beds, we have lots of things that have been donated to us, and we make sure they're in good quality condition. And then we inventory it, and then we set it up onto the floor of our closet, which is kind of like a boutique resale store or something, with the exception that all of the items here are free of charge for any children in care in the state of Michigan. Any children ages 0 to 18 who are in foster care currently in Michigan. And also we support families, children who are up to a year post adoption, or up to a year of aging out of foster care. So we really try to surround these kids and these youth with quality items, quality wardrobe, so that they can really have confidence in who they are, and really give them the best support we can in a tangible way.
You know, you mentioned about, this is how you got on my radar, was earlier this year I had a baby, and it's my last baby, and I'm like, oh well, I am gonna have stuff that I need to get rid of, like the crib when we're done with it.
Yeah.
And like he doesn't, if I'm being honest, he doesn't even use the crib. So I'm like, the crib's like new. And people don't want to take that stuff from you. Like if you went on like Ann Arbor area moms and you're like, I got a free crib, no one's taking that crib from you.
Yeah.
But the thing about foster care is you don't know how old the kids are getting. You could end up with an infant and not know it until the day that you get the baby.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty cool that you guys take this stuff that is really nice still, because I think a lot of people's stuff is nice still. And to think about not throwing stuff away in the circular economy where you're giving back and stuff, I think it's really important what you're doing for people in the foster system.
Thanks. Yeah. So many kids, you have an outfit that they wear for maybe 3 times in the 0 to 3 month range that it is. And then like, oh, I have to get rid of it. But this is a great way to give some items a second life. And, yeah, I agree. Baby gear in general, you use it for a month or two,
Mhm.
or maybe not at all. And then what do you do with it, especially when you paid so much money for it, or, it was given to you? If it's a good condition, we'd love to have some of it at our closet, and we'd love to pass it along to foster parents who, you're right, can get a big age range. We were licensed for little kids, young children, 2 and under at the time, and we got a call asking if we would take kids up to 9, and they were waiting, and it
Mm.
was a very sudden emergency placement, and we took a child who was 9, and that was a big change for us to switch gears.
Oh my gosh.
But I reached out to the closet, and the next day I was able to get an appointment, and we were there shopping for a new wardrobe for this child. And it was really special for that child to be able to choose their own clothes. I say this a lot, but foster care is incredibly traumatic, and it is just a roller coaster. And to be able to give these children the ability to choose their own clothes really gives them a sense of control in a very uncontrollable time in their life. So getting it to pick out maybe some toys, or a fuzzy blanket that makes them feel special and
Mhm.
loved. We really take pride in that, and we hope that we're able to provide comfort during a very uncomfortable time for these kids.
So Heather, I know, does it work as far as what the need, like given a calendar year? Do you have certain needs and things that, per season that you're specifically looking for? Is it random? Is it, well, we need winter gear as winter, spring, we need swimsuits and getting ready for summer? Or is it more just donate if you've got, gently used or new clothes with tags, which I do. I have some clothes with tags on them in a bin
We
that
love
I
those.
will donate. But is it simply, and I know your Facebook page is pretty active as far as posts and, staying up to date. And tell me in the calendar year, what are the needs?
Well, you nailed it. You said, when it's winter, we need winter gear, and we need snow boots, and we need overall, like, bibs,
Okay.
snow bibs. And when it's summer, we need beach gear, and we need, flip-flops and swimsuits. Um, we were really excited to expand our space this past year, and now, in addition to the 5,100 square foot foster closet, right next door we have an additional 1,700 feet that we can now use for both storage and sorting. So we can take stuff out of the season that you drop it off. So if you're dropping off a swimsuit and a towel, we have a space to put it right now. So we're really excited to have that additional space to take your donations whenever you need to get rid of them. And we do take large items as well, like even car seats, but we do have a lot of restrictions about car seats, and we do have restrictions about cribs, for example. We're very conscious about what we're giving out. So there are some items that we might turn away, but for the most part, we're happy to take your donations. And we have it's almost like a drive-through donation the second Saturday of every month, from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at our location at 37 Enterprise Drive, which is just off of Jackson Road, close to Baker Road, in between Zeeb and Baker. But you're welcome to drive up and drop off and drive away, and on that second Saturday. And we're happy to take your donations and to store them for kids.
Well, we're going to actually take a quick 60-second break, and we'll be back with more from the Michigan Foster Care Closet.
Hello, everyone. We are back with the Michigan Foster Care Closet, and we are talking to Heather Wing. Heather, this is a great place for people to be able to donate their unused items or used items, gently used items. I know I'm already thinking about the bin that I have, and when I get back down to Ann Arbor, when I'm going to drop it off. But tell us a little bit, Heather, about sponsorships and sponsoring the kids and the organization. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, we are 100% volunteer run. We don't pay any staff. We pay our rent basically, but we are really dependent on our community, which primarily is Washtenaw County and beyond. We serve children across the state of Michigan. If you can get to our location in the west side of Ann Arbor, but we really depend on individuals to help support our mission here. And we have two big events, one around Christmas time, which we're gearing up for right now, and then one at returning back to school time in August, actually, where we categorize all of the children that we serve, and we get some wish list items for them, and we get their sizes, and we get, favorite color, that sort of thing. And then we pass along that information to individuals who would like to sponsor these children for the holidays. As you know, as parents, holidays are expensive. Christmas presents are expensive. There's all the Christmas gifts, and there's a Christmas stocking. And for foster parents who may not even know that they're going to have 2 or 3 extra kids at Christmas, it can get really worrisome. So we try to take the worry out of that for foster parents. And individuals will sponsor a child, and we'll have their wish list and their sizes, and we'll get items for them, and then bring them to the closet, and then we will distribute them at our big holiday party, which this year is on, I believe, Sunday, December 10th. And we also do stockings as well that are personalized to the kids. So if you'd like to sponsor a child, either with Christmas gifts or with a stocking, there's more information right on our website. There's a pop-up that comes up right when you sign in or click on the link. And you can get more information about how you, or maybe some of your friends, maybe some coworkers, can help sponsor children. We also have some holiday donation boxes too, if you'd like to have a donation box at your school or at your place of business, where we are collecting brand new toys and gifts for children in care. And those will either make an appearance at our holiday party, or they will go to stock our foster closet toy room. We have this really great room in the back, which is the favorite room of all the kids, that has all new toys and games and all sorts of sports equipment. So we stock it with those gifts that are brought by donations as well.
I read the article that you were in recently, and it mentions that, you do get a stipend to be a foster parent, but it's not a lot. And it lands on your shoulders as someone that you're giving back as a foster parent. I mean, it's obviously about love and care for the community and these kids that don't have anywhere to go. And, it is it's on your shoulders financially. And talk about why it's so important to have these donations. And I'm sure as the kids get older, it's harder to get really good donations from people, because I know with my 7-year-old, her clothes are worn out by the time I throw them away most of the time. And I'm sure as you get into like those teen years and people don't really grow out of their clothes, they just sort of fall apart. So I'm sure a lot of that stuff maybe is really just people buying new stuff and donating it sometimes.
Yeah. We love getting those donations of, oh, my kid never even wore this. It was in the closet the whole time. Yes, we have definitely found that like some of those younger clothes like really get worn through really quickly. So thankfully we do apply for various grants every year, and sometimes we get grants for buying a whole bunch of jeans or buying a whole bunch of jackets or something. So thankfully, over the course of the last 6 years that we've existed, we've really been able to move from lots of used items to a fair bit of new items and very gently used new items. And you mentioned teens and big kids. We have 2 teen rooms. We have a teen girls room and a teen boys room, where we really try to be intentional about getting and acquiring stuff that is current and up to date and trendy, and that our kids would wear. We wouldn't want to give these children anything that we wouldn't wear ourselves, right? When we're that age. Because some of these kids will be starting at a new school, will be starting over again as a child in foster care, and we want to have them have the best foot, put the best foot forward and be wearing the right the right clothes, quote unquote. And yeah, we really care about they care about the brands, and we want to be mindful of that as well.
So there's how many times a year can the families take one foster kid to go shopping?
Yeah, great question. So we let kids shop with their foster parents 4 times a year. So once a quarter, once a season, they can come in and get 7 outfits, and they can get 3 pairs of shoes. They can get pajamas and socks and underwear. They can get hair care products. They can get bedding, maybe a toddler moved from a toddler bed to a twin size bed. We have bedding for that. And if some kid goes through a growth spurt, we got you. If all of a sudden none of your stuff fits and it's halfway through summer, don't worry, we got it. We want to help out those parents, and we really see ourselves as supporting foster families as well, not just children, but foster families, because you said it earlier, but foster parenting is incredibly challenging and exhausting, and there's a lot of red tape, there's a lot of forms, there's a lot of paperwork, there's court dates, there's social work visits, and we really try to be the least disruptive of the services that foster parents deal with when they're doing this. We try to really take the red tape out and make it easy peasy. When you walk into our closet, everybody knows has a general idea what it's like to be a foster parent, and maybe what it's like to be a foster child as well, as a child in care. And we really try to be sensitive to that. And I really appreciated that as a foster parent, which is why I really wanted to be a part of it going forward.
If you could walk me through a shopping day or an afternoon when a family comes in, how many people? Is it by appointment? And I know you, what is it like for the families who come in, or the kids that come in that afternoon or that morning, or that evening? Can you walk us through?
Yeah, we have 3 days a week that we're open, and we are open to by appointment only. So if you'd like to shop with us, we as a foster parent, we do ask that you contact us and then make an appointment, and that way we can check your paperwork just to confirm all the details you're saying, and then you get an appointment, and then you really get a personalized shopping experience when you come in for that time slot. We have a volunteer that walks through the area with you. We have a little cart that you get. We have a little checklist to help. Sometimes you get a brand new foster parent who's never shopped for a 5-year-old girl before, and they don't know, oh, these are some ideas of what you might want to help your child pick out. So these, personalized volunteers that are there to help a foster parent pick out stuff. We have some play areas for kids if they'd rather play Connect 4 or play with some Legos on the floor or hang out, or they can shop with their foster parent as well. And we make sure they get all the stuff, and they take home some new toys as well, or some books or other items. and we pack it all up for them, and we send it out, send them on their way, and usually they're in pretty good moods when they leave.
I
I
would
like that
imagine.
it's by appointment. This was something that you adopted in 2020 because of COVID, but then kept it as like it's like it's kind of cool. I sort of want my own personal shopping experience where no one's in the store with me.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
it really, it can be a little chaotic if there's too many people in there.
sure.
Just like, if you go to Meijer on a busy day and you're like,
Yeah, please let me
it
go to
helps
Meijer
us.
alone.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really helps it be a lot more peaceful and easygoing. And so yeah, we've kept it post-pandemic, and we're happy to continue doing that.
Well, Heather, we're just about out of time, but before we go, why don't you tell people why they should choose the Michigan Foster Care Closet as an organization to support in any way?
Well, there's nothing dearer to my heart than foster care. I adopted my two youngest sons out of foster care, and I know that lots of people care about children in foster care. They're kind of an invisible population sometimes due to privacy in large part, but there's a lot of them. There's up to 10,000 children at any one time in the state of Michigan that are in foster care. And they can be sitting next to your child in school. They can be at the daycare with your baby. They're all over the place. And these children deserve the same things that your children have. And we want to spread the love, and we want to really equip these foster families for success, and to show that we care for kids in foster care. And this is just a great way for the average Michigander to show that they care, and it's an easy way to get goods and clothing and equipment and personal care products into the hands of kids who desperately need them, and to their foster parents to helping them as well.
Well, thank you so much, Heather, for being a guest on the show.
Thank you, Dana and Melissa.
If you have an idea for a parenting show topic or guest, talk to us on social media at #CTN Ann Arbor.
And for more on our programming and services here at CTN, visit a2gov.org/CTN and visit youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to watch a full lineup. And remember to like, subscribe, and to share. And again, thanks for joining us on this adventure in parenthood.